The shelter's outer snow wall and structural repairs reached completion to Zhang Yi's satisfaction, prompting a lockdown order confining everyone within the defensive perimeter. Only Liang Yu maintained her routine, departing daily to deliver food to her students in Shujia town. Zhang Yi feigned concern, proposing a meeting to discuss relocating the students near the shelter, a calculated maneuver he knew the group would unanimously reject, leaving Liang Yu isolated in her compassion. Moved by his apparent sincerity, Liang Yu nevertheless declined, expressing newfound optimism that the surviving populace had no reason for conflict and that her students should continue training in Shujia town. Unbeknownst to her, Zhang Yi had already annihilated a Yongsheng base detachment 25 kilometers away. Their interaction shifted to the third basement level for Brazilian jiu-jitsu practice, where the grappling arts' intimate entanglements, scissor locks and armpit chokes mirrored the psychological dynamic unfolding. Zhang Yi observed Liang Yu's transformation. The apocalypse's despair was melting into comfort, her smiles increasing, her will to live strengthening. He catalogued this as progress, recognizing that only someone with desires could be fully turned into a pawn. That night, Zhang Yi weighed a ruthless stratagem, seating the captured Yongsheng satellite phones among the Shujia town students to draw retaliatory fire, eliminating the burden while framing the enemy. The risk of prematurely provoking Yongsheng and Xiaoyu bases clashed with the certainty that Yunk Manor's prominence guaranteed eventual discovery. He dismissed the fantasy of peaceful coexistence, his elimination of core personnel from both bases, the Xishan base's destruction, and the inevitable territorial scramble made conflict unavoidable. In the martial world, one is not in control of one's own destiny, he concluded, resolving to seize the initiative and carve out a dominion where no external force could threaten his own. Zhang Yi stands within his completed shelter, reviewing the strategic landscape with characteristic pessimism. He acknowledges that his forces now wield 70% of the heavy weaponry captured from Xishan base, machine guns, artillery, and tanks all integrated into a wireless network controllable from his phone, and his space manipulation ability allows deployment impossible for conventional armies. Despite calculating a 95% probability of successfully holding the defensive line, he deems the remaining risk unacceptable and resolves never to step beyond the perimeter. Acting on a premeditated diversion, he retrieves a confiscated Yongsheng-based satellite phone from his alternate dimension and whispers instructions to Hua Hua. Under cover of deep night, the mutant cat slips out of the shelter, the device clamped in its jaws, and sprints across the frozen river toward Shujia town. Far to the south in Tianfeng district, the scene shifts to the towering cathedral that serves as the heart of the Baishu sect. Thousands of worshippers pack the nave, their breath visible in the frigid air, eyes fixed on Yuan Kongye. The young leader, no older than 20, chants a litany that blends Christian and Buddhist imagery, her voice carrying a supernatural resonance that calms hunger and pain, the manifestation of her ability. The ceremony transitions to, a gaunt mother presents a cyanotic, failing infant. Yuan Kongye lays a hand on the child's forehead, and a warm current accompanied by white light restores the baby's breath and cry. The congregation erupts in ecstatic praise, hailing the miracle. High Priest Zhang Yixian urges the visibly fatigued leader to pause, but Yuan Kongye refuses, insisting the blessings continue. The moment is shattered by a violent explosion outside, followed by sustained gunfire. Panic ripples through the crowd, but Yuan Kongye remains expressionless, offering a quiet prayer for deliverance from war. Zhang Yixian's eyes flash coldly. She instantly assigns priests Tong Zhan and Dai Mei to guard the leader while she leads Han Chang, Li Chen, and Wu Wan to engage the attackers. The adult male believers, seized by a fervent, almost trance-like devotion, surge past the priests toward the doors. As the heavy church doors close behind the defenders, sealing the congregation inside, Yuan Kongye's calm voice cuts through the distant thunder of battle. The blessing ceremony will continue. The Tianfeng district erupts into open warfare as the allied armies of Yongsheng Base and Xiaoyu Base descend upon the Baishu cult's cathedral headquarters. Xiao Honglian and Wei Dinghai personally command the spearhead, deploying dozens of modified snowmobiles carrying hundreds of heavily armed and armored soldiers against the cult's ramshackle defenses. The technological disparity is brutal. The government-built bases unleash advanced weaponry and coordinated fire while the cultists respond with black market firearms, stones, and waves of fanatical believers strapped with explosives or wielding Molotov cocktails. Blood paints the snow crimson as the cult's piecemeal resistance only slows the inevitable. Xiao Honglian, enraged by the loss of her cousin Gao Yuan, offers 50 pounds of beef for the capture of Yuan Kongye, driving her troops into a frenzied charge toward the church. Just as the defensive line buckles, Zhang Yixian arrives with 3 fellow priests. Facing a concentrated barrage, Zhang Yixian calmly raises a hand and freezes every bullet a meter from his face, letting them clatter harmlessly to the ground. He challenges the invasion as a violation of peace, but Xiao Honglian answers by downing a flask and exhaling a colossal fire dragon that melts the street and incinerates a dozen cultists instantly. Zhang Yi she encounters by telekinetically ripping 2 trucks from the ice to serve as a burning shield, buying his group a retreat. Diplomacy fails instantly, the base leaders order a total purge. As their elite soldiers butcher the poorly equipped faithful, the 2 leaders join the fray personally. Xiao Honglian saturates the avenue with a continuous torrent of flame fueled by her vast energy reserves, while Wei Dinghai invokes Ice Lord, encasing himself in a jagged suit of glacial armor. He slams a hand down, detonating the very ground into shrapnel that swallows cultists whole, his form dissolving into a ghostly blur within the sudden blizzard he commands. The great battle for the snow worship cult's survival has begun in earnest.